Thank you, and I recognize myself for 5 minutes. First of all, I want to thank you for being here. I want to assure you that you are not stage props. The hysteria and the hyperbole that you have heard today will not stop this committee from conducting reasonable oversight, which is our duty. Mr. Case, your testimony, particularly your written testimony, is pretty damning. I'll just quote a few sentences from it. Accountability, components of accountability identified by the OIG are often lacking within VA programs and operations. And you listed the 5, gave a very detailed. The OIG regularly identifies instances of misconduct, broken systems, confusing and conflicting governing policies or guidance, and inefficiencies or missteps in implementing programs. Further, you say, misconduct, failures to take appropriate action, persistent problems are often the result of VA personnel or contractors not understanding their roles or responsibilities. In other cases, they understand their duties, simply do not or cannot fulfill them. This may be due in part to outdated policies and procedures, conflicting guidance, lack of clear decision-making, often by those best positioned to act, lacking the authority to do so, and you go on. Everything that I just read is a leadership issue. I will tell you that during my first term in Congress on this committee, we spent an inordinate amount of time on countless scandals throughout the VA, normally at the leadership level. In the past 2 years, under the Biden administration, we've been made aware of many cases not executing their jobs, employees not executing their jobs. This subcommittee sent over 80 letters to try to uncover why that is. I can only compare it to a dumpster fire in a windstorm. If you think it can't get any worse, it blows up again. So, Mr. Case, I want to go to you first. Have you found VISN directors exercise inconsistent oversight? And this is leading to another question, leading to major disparities in quality of care and leadership across the VISNs.
We have found disparity in oversight by VISN directors, largely attributable, we see often, in fact, they don't have clear definitions of what their responsibilities are and what their duties are. And this isn't just VISN directors, it goes to all leadership, mental health directors at the VISN level. So we have found that, and once the responsibilities and duties are clarified, then I think they'll be in a position to move forward.
Do you attribute this to lack of leadership at the VA leadership level, the secretary administrative level, or is it they have too much autonomy at the VISN director level? Again, leading to another question.
Yes. How the VA got itself in this situation is probably a long story. The level of autonomy granted, but autonomy can work if there's standardization of duties at the highest level, at the VISN level, and those duties are clear. But as it exists right now, there is not that clarity for VISN leaders to act on their duties.
Okay, let me go to the EHR because, and I realize it probably is not in the core mission of this hearing, but is it not true from the OIG perspective that we can't get to a clear EHR solution because the customization at the VISN level? Is that a true statement or not?
That could be part of it, and it is probably part of it. There are many reasons, though, why EHR is in the state it's in at the present.
And the ethics violations. We covered, probably all the way from sexual to bonuses, those scandals that I referred to. To what would you owe that?
Yes, I owe that. It depends on the instance that we're trying to address. Sometimes it's personal malfeasance. It boils down to that. Other times, malfeasance is allowed to go on. It just varies, and it's individualized. And so that's why our reports are very specific and focused and practical.
Okay, in the last couple of seconds, Mr. Radway, do you track instances where VISN leadership intervenes? Do you identify cases where interference allows people to be transferred as opposed to held accountable? Quickly.
We don't track whether people are transferred. We just track whether the VISN leaders, if they're the deciding official, implement the recommendation for discipline or not.
Okay, thank you. I yield back and recognize Mr. Conway.